It took 6 months for ecologist Kevin Timoney to put 6,000 pages and 514 separate PDF files together, given to him through a Freedom of Information request. After reviewing data from tailings leaks from 2014 to 2023, mostly in the oil sands area, he found many inconsistencies to information reported to the public by the Alberta Energy Regulator, or AER. He found that less than 4% of 514 reported tailing leaks over the decade were actually inspected by the Energy Regulator.
They also made the statement that in all 514 of the spills that they divulged to the public, that there were no environmental impacts. None of the 514 spills caused an environmental impact, which of course that is also another red flag that doesn't make any sense in terms of the known science of tailings spills.
One spill was underreported by a factor of 100, with 4.5 billion liters leaked, and other spills just disappearing.
There were quite a few missing spills that they did not report. The two major ones would have been obviously the two curl spills that were, making national news at the time. But also in going through the FOIP, I was able to determine that there were another 454 spills of tailings of one sort or another that were not part of the publicly available database.
Energy Regulator.
For Jesse Cardinal, Executive Director of the Keepers of the Water, a nonprofit with a mandate to protect the water and the environment, the new report was not a surprise. She believes drastic changes are needed.
The AER has failed for decades to responsibly manage the caretaking of the environment. So we need a different system, a different body that we can trust, because right now all trust has been lost with the Alberta Energy Regulator. So we need a system in place that also brings into account the First Nations who want to work in having balance and sustainability and diversifying the economy.
The Minister of the Environment was not available to comment, but his office gave a written statement which reads in part, Alberta's oil sands are one of the most highly monitored in the world, and there are clear mandatory processes in place to prevent spills and to respond quickly if unplanned releases do occur. It goes on to say, while Alberta's monitoring system is one of the best in the world, we expect the AER to do its job and manage these incidents in a timely and effective way. The Alberta Energy Regulator would not agree to an interview, but also released a statement which reads in part, the AER routinely conducts inspections to ensure that releases have been cleaned up and remediated in accordance with the regulations. Impacts to wildlife due to the release of a reportable substance within the AER's jurisdiction must be immediately reported to the AER. It goes on to say, the AER routinely conducts release inspections to assess potential adverse impacts to the environment and wildlife, and to ensure that releases have been cleaned up and remediated in accordance with the regulations. Earlier this week, the province announced plans to double oil production. Chris Stewart, APTN National News, Edmonton.